Alright, so for the first step that I do when I sew in my signatures is that I get a piece of graph paper. And so what I do is I just kind of mark out where the how big it is. I'm actually going to start, I'm going to do it on this side of the line, because this is the area that I want to sew my signature. So I think that is perfect. So the first thing I do is I'll fold it in half, of course, and that will give me the middle. So that's where my middle, I'll sew the middle here. Actually, it's so close to that line, I think I'm going to just do it like this. So I'm going to write top and bottom. Alright, and so the next thing I'll do is I'm trying to figure out where my middle is. Although we have 4 signatures, so I am not going to sew directly in the middle, but that's going to help me. So I'm going to just put a line, like a little cross right here. So that shows me the center of the spine. So I have 5 on each side, and I don't want to directly, so I'll probably do one here, and then one about here, one here. So I'm not doing it exactly. Okay, so working on the signature. So what I did is I got a piece of graph paper and cut it to the size of the spine, and then I mark the middle, and then I kind of just eyeball where I want the signatures to go, and I taped it down, and then I used my 10 Holtz Tonic Studios paper piercer, and then so I made all the holes. I've never done one with this many holes, so I hope I can figure it out. But anyway, that's what I've got so far, and I'm gonna pick out some of my trim and show it to you, and get started on the signatures. Okay, so what I decided is to use these. These 3 were in my crafty haul from last week, and actually it was still over there on my table to be put away, so that was handy. And then I went and grabbed a green. So I'll just do each signature a different color, so add just a little bit of interest on the outside. So I like that. And it's like, this is like a learning curve for me every single time I do this. But basically what I do is you start here. I use one, you know, this is embroidery floss, and so I do it like 3 times, and then I double it up. And try not to get it in a tangle, but like I did. Okay. 3. I know it's probably overkill, but I don't want to have to redo it. So, and then that's what I have left, and then I can wind this up, or I just stick it in my kit that I use. So this is what I used to use for my as an awl. And it's not pointy. And then I have all sorts of different needles in here. So whenever I find craft supplies and stuff in the store, I'll put all of the needles, you know, the bigger needles, I'll add to my little kit. So I think I'm gonna go with that one. And since I'll probably do some more Halloween, I'll just stick them in here. Wow, that was a really old one. No price on it though. So then I just try to thread it through, and I actually knot mine. Because I have way more than what I need. Okay. And so now what I need to do is get my signatures, and what I'll do is I'll go ahead and mark the holes for the signature in the middle, and then I will go ahead and do my holes. And so what I'll do is I'll just get a pen, mark each one of these, and then I'll use my piercing tool and then pierce the holes, and then I'll just do then I'll sew it in. Okay? Okay, so I have already done 3 of the signatures. So I'm about to do the last one, so I thought I would share. I am still a newbie at this. I've been doing these for less than a year, so it's almost like a learning experience because I don't do these all the time. And so what I do is, of course, I mark each one. I use my tool, poke it through in all the little holes. And I went ahead and, no I didn't. I need to get my thread ready. And I showed you this already, so, or I might have. I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I always do 6 because I double it. Because I just feel like this is not enough. This thread is not enough. Single as a single. So I love this green. Just reminds me of, you know, the pumpkin leaves. There we go. Ah, there we are. So this has taken me a lot longer than I expected. Well, normally I do only 3. And probably what I'll do is I'll speed through this part. And so the first thing I do is I go through the middle like this. It sticks out. I go through the middle hole there and pull it through. I have this tool. I got this in a craft set of tools. I have no idea what type of tool it is. I saw a similar one at Hobby Lobby, and I think it was in the bottle cap section. I'm not sure, but I use it to pull my needle through. So this tool is perfect for it. Alright, so what I do is I just pull it through. Now I tied a knot, and I do want to leave a little tail so that way I can pull it tight. And then I'll just go down the next hole. This is hard to show this, like, in some of my holes I didn't punch. As I was saying before my storage got full, was that not all of my holes are punched all the way through. There we go. Alright, so and then I'll just go down to that hole. So I was just gonna tell you that when I get down to here, I'm gonna go back up through here, go down through there, and then I go up here and fill these holes in, come back down. So, and just to update you guys about my cat, and I just realized when I watched my previous video about my cat. I never told you guys what her name is, and her name is Spooky, and she is a totally black cat. She's all black except for under her chin, or on her neck. She has like a white spot there. And also I like to pull on these. Alright, so I think I'm just going to go to here. I don't really know the correct way to do this one. I kind of just do it my own way. Spooky is still hanging on. She's doing okay. She's still kind of in that mindset where she thinks she's okay. You know, she thinks she is the most stubborn cat I've ever had, and she's like, I'm okay. You know, I can, you know, I think it's just really tough on her because she's been this independent little cat for the longest time, and she's tough. She's a tough cat. I mean, she started out her life, you know, having kittens, many kittens in a hoarder's home, and she's been through a lot. But she's always been I mean, everyone that has ever met her has loved her. I mean, seriously, it's just, she just has that effect. So I'm bringing it through here. And I pull these really tight as I can while I can. This is going to be, you know, my personal one, so I'm not always, I mean, like if this was something I was going to give away or give as a gift, I would be very, I'm actually thinking about getting some of that wax thread. I have yet to get any. I've actually only used like embroidery floss because, you know, it's free. I have tons of it. I mean, I was a junk journaler before I even knew what a junk journaler was. I mean, I collected things as if I was a junk journaler before I even knew what it was. I have a huge supply of embroidery floss. So that's how it looks. I'm so happy. Alright, so what I do at this point is I make sure they're all tight, and they look very tight. And I just cut the string and tie. Now you can leave these as long as you want. I just love this green against the orange. All right. So that's how I get it together. And yeah, it's going to, when you first put them in, it kind of, oh, I love it. That's how it looks. I just love, I mean, I was always so worried that this was too, yeah, it's kind of in shock because, you know, from me, you know, sewing it in. I don't want to show too much of it, but look how, I just love how it's flat. Love it. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, I don't want to show too much. Not yet. Okay, so that is, I guess that's the end of this video of me sewing in the signatures and sharing some of the clips that I've done in the past couple weeks, you know, working on the inside of it. And I believe, yeah, after this, it's going to be the flip through of my Halloween journal, my $5 junk journal challenge. So I'm like so excited. All right, so you guys have a wonderfully blessed day, and until next time.